Why, yes. I'm a Burmese-American photographer based in Seattle. Purr. When the budget comes.
The budget comes, then I
Yeah, and then the table and stuff.
Welcome to Collab with Khushi.
Okay, welcome to Collage with Khushi. I'm here with Pearl.
Hello. I am Pearl. I am a Burmese-American photographer based here in Seattle. I'm actually studying photo media right now in the University of Washington, Seattle. I'm also working on the Muse magazine. It's like a student-led magazine. I'm on the photo team, and this is like my first time working with like a team. And our issue 8 just came out, and it was like, oh my god.
Okay, this is all my stuff, so we can just start by digging. But today we are going to do something extra special because Pearl. A little backstory: Pearl and I
We
met
go way back.
We go actually so way back. Like it's so. So when I first started doing all my modeling stuff and getting into the art stuff here, I was looking for photographers to work with, and Pearl was one of the first ones to work with me consistently for free. So it was, but that's because
I was a beginner too.
Yeah, we were both like, we need each other. So literally, like, I think we've done 5 shoots?
Wait, okay, oh my gosh. Wait, the first one was at the Unity Museum.
Yes.
The second one was like
it was the same
laundromat?
day. No, it was the same day, but it was the
different location.
outside. I was wearing like that white tank. Yeah, that was the second one. I count those as 2 different
You count
ones.
those as 2? Okay.
Oh, you count it as 1?
I count it as
Okay,
but
so okay, and then we did the laundromat. Then we did my bedroom. Then we did
the one with JP.
the one with JP.
That one was like my favorite.
So it's like 4 to 5,
Yeah.
depending on how you count it.
Yeah.
But
Many more to come.
yeah, many more to come. And like basically half my Instagram is like per photography. Yes, so let's just start by digging.
Okay.
Kind of like make a base, and then we can start like answering
I'm gonna look at
questions.
this big ol' mag here. You know, I like my birthday was like on the 20th, and I was with Anika and my other friend, and they're so cute. They showed up in outfits, and they were like, "This is my Pearl inspired outfit," and it was like completely like grays and blacks, and I was like, "Oh my god, I wear no color." And since we were like on a picnic, I was like, I'm gonna wear something like flower and cutesy and like colors.
Oh my god!
And they came wearing like gray and black, and they're like, "It's inspired by you." And I was like, "Guys, I'm wearing like color for the first time, and you're wearing gray." And I was like, "You guys are so cute, though."
The microphones are just gonna pick up the sound of paper, and it's gonna be this like.
Welcome to ASMR with Khushi.
Welcome to Collage ASMR. Just me ripping paper silently while I stare at you. We gotta like.
That was a good one.
My editors are gonna be like, Khushi, what the fuck?
That was not a good one, Khushi.
That was not a good one. I'm so sorry, Sophia and Bella. Like either one of
Sorry to my editors.
Sorry to my editors. I love you guys.
Sarahel.
This is kind of gonna be like collage, but not really.
I could do like this, and then you do like a whole collage here, and then I do like a collage like on the bottom, and then we could like cut it out like right here.
Yeah.
Just put her like boom right there.
Oh, I see.
You
Okay.
see?
So like I'll just work in this half, and then you work on
Yeah.
that half. Okay, but you started with journalism before shifting to photography. What was the path that led you from journalism into photography?
Okay, like low-key, since I was like little, I've always wanted to be a photographer. Like I was like really into like nature and like animals and stuff, and like my dream was to be like a National Geographic photographer.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that was like baby Pearl, and I would like use my mom's phone to take pictures of like plants and stuff. And this was in Las Vegas, so like we didn't have many plants at all.
That's really
yes. And then like I've always had it in me to be a photographer, but like in middle school, high school-ish, I wanted to be like a conservationist because I love nature and stuff. When I was in community college, I was on the newspaper. So that was like my first time working on like an actual like publication or whatever. My boss for the newspaper was also like my professor before. So she was like, Pearl, come and like take pictures for like the newspaper and stuff, and we're like, we'll pay you and everything. I was like, okay, say less. So I thought I was only gonna be taking pictures, but then she was like, you're writing too. That's part of the job. I was like, shit. I'm like the worst writer ever. So like, if you look at my writing, it's like so shit. Most of the time, I didn't really like it because they would just give me like a sort of like assignment, and then they'll be like, okay, go take pictures for it. And I was like, okay. And I would just go and document it, you know?
Yeah.
But there was no really an artful aspect to it. There was like this point where it's like, okay, I want to do more like artsy stuff. There's like at the beginning of the week, we suggest like our pitches to our boss, and then she's like, okay, you can do that for the week. She suggested to me, she was like, Pearl, do you want to make a photo story? I was like, what's a photo story? And then she showed me an example of like this photographer that did a series of like hearts in nature. So it was like naturally formed hearts. There was like this event going on in the area, and it was like bonsai fest, and it was like at the bonsai museum. I did a photo story, and I took a bunch of pictures of like the bonsais and like the flowers. It was like in the springtime. It was beautiful. That was like when I started getting more creative, and I was like, wait, I like this. And then once I got out of community college, I came to UW. So I was like, wait, I love fashion, and I want to do like an editorial shoot. So like I need to find people though. So I was just like, who wants to collab, you know?
Yeah.
That's when you hit me up.
Yeah.
You were like, can you take pictures for me? And then you're like, I'll pay. And I was like, don't pay me. Do not pay me, because I'm not at that level yet, you know?
That was so kind of you too, because I literally like used and abused her services. Like genuinely, I was like, so now we're doing another one, and now we're doing another one. And then at some point she was like,
you were like, run that back.
At some point you're like, okay, now pay me. And I was like, fair.
Yeah, no.
But
no, it's because like, no, you were like the day one.
Wait, going back to the journalism thing, I think that's so fun. Like, so you grew up in Las Vegas, not a lot of plants, not a lot of animals, like very limited nature, at least compared to like someplace like Washington. You were naturally pulled towards like this thing that you don't have.
Yeah, right? Because like in the desert, everything is like beige. Everything's rock. We had rock lawns. We didn't have grass lawns. We had rock lawns.
Yeah.
So like, okay, only the rich people had only the rich people had grass.
Had grass lawns.
Yes. When I moved to Washington, like my first impression was like so many trees and like much green, and like the air is nice, and it's not like hot all the time. Like I never experienced like that kind of weather. Such a like refreshing shift. Like after I've like lived here for a while, I've been living here for like 10 years now, so yeah, I'm like, okay, I want the sun back. Like I love the nature and everything, but like give me the sun.
Yeah,
those are just the things we take for granted, you know.
But like I don't know, I think that the sun is so much better. Like living in a sunnier place is gonna be living in a sunny place by the beach is like our genetics are not built for this weather. No.
When I went to Thailand, I was like, okay, my homeland. Hearing like the hooting and hollering of all like the fucking Asian ass animals,
and you're just
like here it's just like tweet, tweet, tweet. Like I was in Thailand last month. I was in a refugee camp. So it was like roosters, dogs fighting, babies crying, like Apple alarms. Like we do not want to get up. You know, when you hear that, it's like, oh fuck, it's gonna be
it's time to
horrible
wakey,
day,
wakey,
right?
Like,
but when we're in the refugee camps and we hear like dogs and like the roosters, and also like Muslim prayers, they had it on the loudspeaker. We're like, okay, it's gonna be a good day. And it's like still dark outside, and we're like, our team leader was joking. She was like, my grandma used to tell me, why do you let the sun get up before you? Yeah, that Thailand trip was a whole thing. I actually went. I was sponsored as like the documentarian of the group. Okay, let me start from the beginning. I was sponsored by like 3 different churches. So the Karen Community Church of Greater Seattle, and Karen is like an ethnic group of Burma. So that church, the Panther Lake Community Church, and then Japanese Baptist Church, I believe. They're giving us a stipend to document the trip and like post about it on socials. So we went to a bunch of churches, we went to a bunch of schools, like orphanages. It was like Burmese and Karen centered. Every stop of the way, the people are so kind. Like we didn't get to eat street food because they were feeding us all the time. And their food was good. Like nothing beats a home cooked meal.
Yeah,
like
no, for real.
No, it was crazy. Crazy. I took so many pictures along the way, and I was like, I don't know, street photography is for me. But when I was starting to do it in like Thailand, I was like, okay, I feel like I composed it in a way that was like very intentional instead of just like boom picture. I never understand like street photography or like documentarians, like how do they make it like look this way? But then when I did it, I was like, okay, it makes sense now. Even if things are moving quick, moving slow, it's like up to you. My favorite like stop on the way was refugee camp called Mela, and we were there for 3 days. Oh my god, it was life-changing because we were in the church, we're teaching the kids, right? We're doing like this vacation Bible camp thing. And my teammate's like, Pearl, we're on a hill, it's like a church. And he's like, look that way. And then I was like, oh, okay. And I look outside, there's like a black cloud of smoke.
Oh
like,
my god, yes, I saw
this. Yeah.
This was like the fire.
It was like 6 people's houses, I think. And like one of the houses, 5 of our students were living in. Everyone assembled like the Avengers. Like it was Avengers Endgame with that fire. Like the fire had stood like no chance. The fire truck came late. So the refugees, they were literally got buckets and like water guns and like little scoops and stuff, and they were like putting out the fire like that. And there was like a whole assembly line, and like even I didn't want to go close to the fire, but my students, like, she took my hand. She's talking in Burmese. She's like let's go. They literally like joined the assembly line, like my students. Like these guys are like teenagers, and like 20-30 minutes that passed, it was already out. And it was like 6 houses, and they did this all with like buckets of water.
It's really like it takes a village,
right?
And it literally took a village.
It took a village. After that, we went back to the church, and we just continued our like the camp, and we just did activities. And like the kids' houses that burned down, like those kids, they were like also like playing, laughing, and like but they just have so much hope in their hearts. They were like, we just can't do anything but like keep going.
That's amazing.
They were literally making TikToks after. And then they were like in the church making TikToks. After that trip, I was like, I really like documentary photography. Like I would do this for sure.
Oh yeah, because if you see something as powerful as that, you understand the impact of how much impact the photo will have. So now that we're on Burma, right? How do you try to incorporate your identity into your photography?
A lot of my work, like I try to like diversify it a lot. Like I worked on a project for studio photography, and then it was about like how Burmese fashion has changed over time. Late 1900s, Burmese people, they don't have access to like fashion in like media and like fashion magazines because it's illegal. I was reading a book about this, and it was like expressing themselves modeling and wearing like these fancy like Western clothes. Yeah, it was like their escape from reality, because like the political situation there is horrible. You can't express yourself. So they would wear like Western clothes and stuff, and they would do fun little shoots together. And this was mostly like the youth. Yeah, I was trying to like recreate that feeling in like one of my projects, and it was like the feeling of like the studio as like an escape and like a place where you can like express yourself fully, you know? I just try to like incorporate my culture like whenever I can and show how we're connected like ethnically. Like it's not just Burmese, you know? It's like I want people to embrace their culture. When we're in America, we need to remember our roots, you know? Because we forget about like our culture gives us joy, and it's not a bad thing, and it's something we shouldn't forget, you know? I mean, especially now our culture gets stigmatized. When you're like a person of color, we really shouldn't be afraid to flaunt our culture. And I feel like we should do it more, especially.
Wait, I'm like talking to you now, and I'm like, holy crap, like the person that you were when we first like met and the person that you are now is like so different, but not in like a bad way, in like a very like, I can tell that this experience in Thailand has profoundly shifted you, which I'm so like we're gonna talk about this more, because like traveling abroad and seeing a different perspective like that will fundamentally just
change your
like
mentality.
But like living abroad, I don't know what it is, but like I feel like one thing that I had a perspective of, which I clearly don't now, is like I think I implicitly kind of was like, America's the center of the universe. It's like, girl, no. Like when I lived in Italy, it's like I'll mention something that's like a trend or something, and then they'll be like here, like something that's very profound here. The fact that I had that thought, like pattern of like, why don't they know this?
Why don't you know this?
It's like it really shows you that it's like, oh, by the way, you're not the center of the universe. So within like, you know, doing these different shoots, how are you finding photographic community or like artistic community through your photography?
I feel like when people say when like this community is small and this and that, it's like, so you think that there's limits? Like for me, whenever I'm looking for like a creative or like someone in the area, I'll be like, oh, no, go ahead. I'll be like, I never knew this person, you know, and I'm like always finding new people to work with. It's also a very digital world. I feel like I get a lot of my clients and like people I work with from like Instagram. They see my Instagram and they're like, I love your stuff, like can we do something together? From like the point of my creativeness that I'm at right now, I don't think the community is small, you know. I feel like there's always something more. I feel like you limit yourself only if you limit yourself. I think it's a matter of like opportunity. You just constantly got to talk to people and then be like, who do you know? What do you know? Like, let me learn from you. You just got to keep an open mind, you know? If your mind's not open, then you limit yourself.
I like that. I like that take. Are you like, so you're big spiritual, like big into spirituality?
I'd say I'm still on that journey, but I am spiritual.
What are ideas that you've embraced in your spiritual journey so far?
I feel like I really got spiritual when I went on that Thailand trip because it was like sponsored by the church and we're going to teach like Christian values and all that. Yeah. But a lot of Christianity is like very stigmatized, like especially now in America, because there will be a lot of people that use like the Bible and whatever to like hate on other like ethnic groups or like the other religions, you know, and they'll be like, it says this in the Bible, so you can't do that or else you're going to hell. Yeah. God doesn't want like the worst for you. Like, yes, you can sin and like do all these bad things on earth, but like he's not gonna send you to hell for it. Yeah. Like even if people on earth are telling you you're gonna go to hell if you don't do this, this, and this, like in the end, God like for real will forgive you. Yeah, and like a lot of people use like words against other people, you know. And then there was like this phrase going around, there's no hate like Christian love or something like that, and I was like, that's so shitty, you know, because there's some people that are like actually follow like the teachings of like Christianity and stuff, and they're like great people and they help. Something I really carried with me like on my trip was like love your neighbor, you know, especially your enemies. I mean, it's hard to change like a stubborn mindset of someone who's like very ignorant and like someone who's very like lost. But like you can only win them over with love, you know? Like there was a period where I was like trying to ignore God and be like, I was very lost because there's like a bunch of stuff happening in my life and I'm like, this is shitty. I don't have time for God. Then I was like on this trip and then like I was very humbled by the people and they had everything that they needed like within themselves and within God. I don't know how to put it into words.
No, it's very I think you put it perfectly. Like I understood what you're trying to say. One spiritual concept that I was like thinking that really helped me is like I went through like a phase of my life where I felt like a lot of things were just out of control and I was questioning a lot of things about my identity and like who I am, like who am I as an individual? What do I like? What do I value? Yeah. We as human beings have been shaped to like our internal understanding of the world is all we believe it to be all external, but like in reality it's like everything, our whole experience relies internally. Like a way to think about it, I read this, is like if you like if like a little fly lands on your body, right, like you'll feel that externally, but you also have like gallons of blood flowing through your veins that you just don't feel. And it's like, it's moving through you constantly, but you don't feel it because it's internal. This is where it gets really spiritual, but it's like the way that life works is like, all of it is internal. Like you feel it all internally, but we have now made it so, we just as like people in society have made it so that the external is more important than the internal. At least to me, it feels like, okay, if you think about it this way, where you're trying to find this home within yourself, it's another way of regaining that control, if you will.
I really expanded like my genres because I feel like I only wanted to do editorial, but now I'm like, oh, I love this. And I wouldn't have known if I didn't go to Thailand. You know, there can be something so life-changing as that.
So like if you had to do something documentarial, but like if you were to do something like that in Seattle, like what, do you have any ideas as to like what you would like to do?
Oh, I would definitely need to travel. I don't want to be here.
I feel like there's a lot of good things though you could probably potentially document in Seattle though.
Oh, for sure, but like I don't want that to be my focus.
I see.
I want it to be more about my culture, you know?
Okay.
Sharing my culture, you know, especially since growing up here, I lost so much of it. Like I grew up not understanding my language, and then I had to learn it from scratch. And like when I'm over there, it's like I can barely speak Burmese, but I am Burmese. Yeah. And then I am Burmese, but they don't think I'm Burmese. Yeah. And it's like, damn. So I I was really lost within my identity with my culture for a long while in because I grew up in America. And I was like, I want to learn more of it. Like, I don't want to just be this whitewashed Asian girl.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the last thing I want. Like, I want to know more about my culture. But I'd ask my parents to, like, can you teach me Burmese or stuff? And they would try, and I'm like, I don't understand. Because Burmese is really hard. It's really hard. And I'm so grateful that the University of Washington had classes for Burmese. So I learned from my teacher, and she's getting laid off because of Trump.
Look at the camera and squint in anger.
I signed up for this program, this FLAS program, Foreign Language and Area Studies, to study Burmese stuff. Let me look at the camera. I got this stipend. They were gonna pay like half of my rent for this place that I was gonna stay in, and they were gonna pay for 3/4 of my tuition, like $10,000.
Oh wow.
And then, like, as that program was gonna start, 3 days before the quarter, they emailed us and they were like, so the Department of Education cut the funding to like our whole program, so you're not getting any of it. And I already signed for like
housing,
and I thought they were gonna pay for like half of my rent, and I thought they were gonna pay for my tuition for 3/4. Like $10,000 is a lot.
Yeah,
fucking lot. And everything just went away within that one day.
God.
Because it's not within American interest to learn about areas like culture.
Love thy ox. No, love thy ox. Love thy ox. Love exception.
Why did I think of that?
This is the final. This is like movie magic. Like, you're gonna see the editing, and then it's gonna be like, this is the final. Yeah.
Like a poof cloud.
Thank you for coming onto my show. Thank you for making this. Thank you for this beautiful conversation. We're gonna hang out after this, and we're just gonna like talk more. But this is I like that. I like that we made this beautiful piece together, and it's a political. Not only is it a political statement that ties in with the current times, but we also.
I didn't know if we were gonna get political. I was like, should we?
I think that we're allowed to. Art is honestly inherently political. Yeah, no, thank you for the introspective conversation. I'm so excited to like hang out after this. All right. Bye. Bye bye. Okay.
In Burmese, bye bye is tata.
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 Tata.